You hear the term AI everywhere, right? It's in our phones, our cars, pretty much everything. But it's so much more than just a buzzword. It's this incredible technology with a surprisingly deep history and a future that is literally being written as we speak. So today, we're going to pull it all apart, from where the idea even came from to the mind-blowing things it's doing right now.
And no, that's not some sci-fi movie plot. That's happening today. Generative AI is already out there acting as a powerful creative partner in so many fields. But this amazing ability didn't just pop into existence. To really get how we got here, we've got to rewind the clock.
You know, the dream of creating an artificial mind is ancient. I mean, we're talking millennia ago. Philosophers were wondering what makes life tick. Inventors in ancient Greece were building these things called automatons, basically self-moving machines trying to mimic life. This quest, it's woven deep into our history. Okay, so let's fast forward. The modern journey really kicks off in 1950. Alan Turing asks this game-changing question, can machines think? And his imitation game gave us a way to measure it. 5 years later, boom, the field gets its name, artificial intelligence. From there, the ideas just started branching out. Machine learning shows up in 59, then we get the first whispers of deep learning in 68. And after decades of work, everything just exploded in the 1980s with the first AI boom. The point is, today's AI is standing on the shoulders of over 70 years of brilliant ideas. So this history gave us a whole new vocabulary. AI, ML, DL. It sounds like a confusing alphabet soup, I know, but all these terms are actually related. The easiest way to think about it is like a family tree. So at the very top of that tree, the big umbrella covering everything, is artificial intelligence, AI. This is the grand vision, the original dream, right? Building machines that can think and reason and solve problems like we do. It's the whole universe we're talking about.
And inside that universe, there's a huge branch, machine learning or ML. See, instead of programming a computer for every single possible action, ML lets it learn on its own. It just digs through mountains of data, finds all the hidden patterns, and then uses that to make predictions. It's basically AI that learns from experience.
And if we go one level deeper, we find the real powerhouse, deep learning, or DL. This is like a supercharged version of machine learning that uses something called artificial neural networks. Seriously, think of it like a digital brain, with all these layers of connected nodes that process information kind of like our own neurons do. And that brain-like structure is what lets deep learning do insane things, like understand what you're saying or recognize your face in a photo. Okay, let's put it all together so it really sticks. AI is the big goal. Machine learning is a way to get there, by learning from data. And deep learning is one of the most powerful tools in that machine learning toolbox, using those brain-like networks. You can see the evolution, right? From a chess program that just follows rules, to a recommendation system that learns your taste, all the way to a car that can actually see the world around it. So we've got the family tree down, but what do these AI systems actually do? Well, if you cut through all the jargon, you'll find that most modern AI has one of two fundamental jobs. Either it's predicting the future, or it's creating something brand new. On one side, you have predictive AI. It looks at the past to answer questions like, what's going to happen next, or is this a good idea or a bad one? The output is usually a number, a probability. Then you've got generative AI. It's not just analyzing, it's creating. It's making new text, new images, new music from scratch. So one analyzes the world as it is, while the other imagines a world that could be.
You know, predictive AI is kind of the quiet workhorse running in the background of our lives. It's the engine that figures out what show you're going to binge watch next. It flags that weird charge on your credit card before you even noticed. And it helps get packages to your door super fast. It is all about finding patterns to make smarter guesses.
And then there's generative AI. This is the technology that has totally exploded into the public eye. It's the magic behind the chatbots we're all talking to. It's the engine that can turn a simple sentence into a masterpiece of art. And it's even helping scientists design brand new medicines. This is AI as a creator, not just an analyst. So how does an AI actually create something that feels totally original? I promise you, it's not magic. It's this really fascinating three-step process of learning, refining, and then, well, generating. Okay, so it all starts with training. A massive foundation model gets fed like a huge chunk of the internet. All the text, all the images, all the code. And it just learns the patterns, the grammar, the styles. Next up is tuning. The model gets refined on a much smaller, specific data set to get really, really good at one particular job. And finally, generation.
You give it a prompt, and it uses everything it learned to create something new that it thinks fits your request. It's all about probability.
But, and this is a big but, this incredible power to create stuff out of thin air doesn't come for free. When you can generate content that is literally indistinguishable from something a human made, you also create some really powerful tools for deception and error. There are three big ones you really need to know about. First, hallucinations. This is where the AI just makes stuff up but says it with total confidence. A huge problem. Second, bias. If you train an AI on biased data from the internet, well, you get a biased AI that can spit out some really harmful stereotypes. And finally, deep fakes. Those hyper-realistic fake videos or audio clips that can be used to spread misinformation or just ruin someone's life.
And these immediate risks, they all point to a much deeper, much more profound question. As we get closer and closer to creating an intelligence that can match or even blow past our own, we are facing the ultimate ethical challenge.
There are organizations like the Machine Intelligence Research Institute, or MIRI, that are focused on what they call the alignment problem. And what that means is, how in the world do we make sure that an AI way smarter than us will actually share our goals and our values and work for us, not against us? And all their research really leads to this one powerful, kind of terrifying question. The challenge isn't just about making an AI that follows our current rules. The real goal is so much bigger. How do you build an AI that can learn and grow, and ultimately become more ethical than we are? That might just be the most important question of our lifetime.
So that's the question we'll leave you with. This whole journey into AI, it's not just about the tech anymore. It's about what it means to be human. It's forcing us to really define our own values and decide what kind of future we want to build alongside these powerful new minds.